The place of worship was in disarray, and the people did not care to take notice. It would be as if our church would be falling apart here at St. Mark, and we as a people were concerned more about our own things and building bigger houses and having nicer dinners. And God said to the people through the prophet Haggai, "You have it all wrong. First turn to me. Have my place be a place of great glory, and then focus on your own." We're used to, in America, I think, we're used to focusing on our own first and thinking, if I have some time left over, I'll give it to God. Whether that is of our time or our abilities or our treasure. I remember when I was in seminary and I was finishing my thesis. Actually, I was already ordained a priest, and I was writing my thesis for my license. And 3 weeks before the thesis was due, my license director, who was a new director, met with his superior, and his superior didn't like my thesis. So even though all along my director had said it was okay, and then all of a sudden, 3 weeks before it was due, he said, "Your chapter 1 is not very good. It needs to be rewritten. And chapter 2 is worse. And chapter 3 is just rubbish." At which point, in my mind, as an American, I said, I can do this. If I work hard enough, I can take their advice and I can work the next 3 weeks at all hours of the day and night and just focus on rewriting this thesis so it will be acceptable. And so I put my mind to it, I put my energy and my will to it, and I embarked on the work. Guess who I forgot to consult? The Lord. I had many brother priests come up to me and say, "Jason, are you all right?" Because they saw me in just the place of panic, right? Frantically writing and typing and recreating. Are you okay? If I would have gone to the Lord first and said, "All right, Jesus, this is yours," it would have saved me a lot of my own frustration, my own sense of busyness, and working so hard to try to remedy something that was not going to happen. Indeed, the director said and advised after a couple weeks that I spent another 6 months there, at which I realized all my hard work was futile. And I needed to go and ask the Lord, what did He want? And what He wanted me to do was to plead mercy. And they accepted my thesis as it was, told me I couldn't study for a doctorate. That's okay. I have no desire for a doctorate. And I was allowed to come back and begin my ministry as a priest with a license in sacred theology. I think my story is one that so many of us have lived as well, in small little ways. How many times do we begin to busy ourselves frantically trying to fix a problem and we haven't consulted the Lord? How many times have we run ourselves into the ground trying to make our lives better And we have forgotten that it's really about the Lord first. There's a couple things that happen whenever we forget the Lord. All the weight and pressure of that project, that work, or whatever it is that's on our mind and heart, we begin to carry ourselves. And when we begin to carry it ourselves, then our relationships with each other suffer, and then those relationships no longer nourish us. And then what happens is then we try to find ways to compensate. And those ways to compensate are usually not healthy ways. Could be hurting the people we love. It could be indulging in drink or food, sleep, procrastination, whatever it might be. And what the Lord teaches us today is, come to me first. Whether it's first to build the temple, so have a great place where you can come and worship me and then go about your own matters, or as it is more properly put in our lives, when something comes up, instead of trying to solve it and fix it yourself, bring it to me, and I will provide the answers, says the Lord.